Have you ever envied someone's ability to connect effortlessly with others, understanding what's left unsaid and seeing beyond the surface? If you've ever wished you could master this art, here's the secret: it's not a natural gift, it's a skill you can learn. Imagine confidently navigating conversations, catching the hidden layers, and gracefully steering relationships. Reading people isn't just about noticing a glance or a fleeting smile. It's in the words chosen, the pauses taken, and the postures adopted. Whether you aim to enhance your interpersonal skills, make more informed decisions based on people's genuine intentions, or simply navigate social scenarios more effectively, the tools and insights you'll soon discover will help elevate your game. Let's dig deeper with this fascinating book to master this skill of reading people's minds. Every action originates from a hidden drive, molding every decision we make. Understanding human motivation offers profound insight into why people behave as they do and how their actions impact our psyche and decisions. Several psychological concepts can guide us through the labyrinth of human motivation, but three particularly stand out: the shadow self, the inner child, and Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Let's begin with the shadow. According to Carl Jung's analytical psychology, the shadow comprises the parts of ourselves that we conceal from both ourselves and others. Imagine a straight-A student who suddenly rebels and parties beyond curfew after years of being the model child to his parents. This is him expressing his shadow, which harbored his deep desire for freedom and self-indulgence. Acknowledging that the shadow exists for everyone, including ourselves, better equips us to understand others' behavior and plan effective communication strategies. Effective communication also involves recognizing whether we're dealing with someone's shadow or their inner child. While they may seem similar, they represent distinct concepts. The inner child reflects our childhood experiences and how they shape our adult responses to the world. For instance, a colleague's tears after minor criticism might stem from early experiences of relentless mockery at school, with your feedback serving as an unexpected trigger. Recognizing when the inner child is at play enables us to refrain from taking reactions personally and offer support or comfort when needed. Lastly, there's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, likened to a mountain climb. At the base camp, individuals address basic physiological needs like food and shelter, progressing towards higher goals such as belonging and self-esteem. At the summit lies self-actualization, where individuals strive to realize their fullest potential. Recognizing where someone is on this hierarchy enables us to tailor our interactions accordingly. For example, a counselor might adjust their support based on whether someone requires basic sustenance or is searching for a higher purpose. By connecting these dots, the secrecy of the shadow, the whispered concerns of the inner child, and an individual's level of needs, we gain deeper insight into what motivates others' behavior in any given situation, allowing us to act accordingly and navigate interpersonal dynamics more effectively. And did you know that the face and body continually provide information? Learn more about this in the next segment. Why people do what they do. Every action originates from an underlying drive, influencing our every decision. By grasping human motivation, one can delve deeper into the reasons behind people's actions and how these behaviors impact one's psyche and choices. Numerous psychological principles can navigate the complexity of human motivation, with three particularly notable ones: the shadow self, the inner child, and Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Let's begin with the shadow. As per the insights of Carl Jung in analytical psychology, the shadow encompasses those aspects of oneself concealed from both personal and external view. Consider the scenario of a high-achieving student who, after years of conforming to parental expectations, suddenly indulges in rebellious behavior. This is an expression of their shadow, harboring long-suppressed desires for freedom and self-expression. Acknowledging the ubiquity of the shadow, including within oneself, enhances understanding of others' actions and facilitates effective communication strategies. Transitioning to effective communication, it is crucial to differentiate between engaging with someone's shadow and addressing their inner child. While these concepts may appear similar, they denote distinct psychological phenomena. The inner child resonates with our childhood experiences and their enduring influence on our adult perceptions and responses. For instance, observing a colleague's disproportionate emotional reaction to minor criticism might unveil deep-seated wounds from past experiences of ridicule, with the feedback acting as an inadvertent trigger. Recognizing manifestations of the inner child allows for a more empathetic response, reducing the inclination to take personal offense, and enabling supportive gestures. Maslow's hierarchy of needs offers a metaphorical ascent akin to climbing a mountain. Foundational needs, such as food and shelter, constitute the base camp, progressing towards psychological needs like belonging and self-esteem, culminating in self-actualization at the summit. Identifying an individual's position within this hierarchy facilitates tailored interactions. For example, a counselor adapts their support approach based on whether a person is grappling with basic survival needs or pursuing self-fulfillment. By interconnecting these elements, the covert nature of the shadow, the subtle expressions of the inner child, and individuals' varying levels of needs, one gains a clearer understanding of the motivating forces underlying behavior in diverse circumstances, positioning oneself appropriately and responding effectively. Speaking of observation, did you realize that facial expressions and body language continually convey information? Discover more about this in the following discussion. The face and body's silent dialogues. Although words typically dominate our conversations, the silent orchestration of our facial and bodily expressions carries equal, if not greater, significance. The adage "actions speak louder than words" holds truth. It's not solely about what we articulate, but how our nonverbal signals, especially micro-expressions, subtly punctuate our verbal utterances. Initially introduced by Haggard and Isaacs and subsequently refined by Paul Ekman, micro-expressions are fleeting facial movements lasting mere seconds. These rapid changes offer glimpses into our authentic emotions, often evading conscious control. Ekman's identification of 6 universally recognized emotions illustrates this. For instance, the subtle upturn of the lips and minute crinkles near the eyes signify happiness. Despite their universality, these cues are frequently overlooked amid the hustle and bustle of communication. Nonetheless, the narrative extends beyond facial expressions. Our entire body serves as a canvas, depicting emotions in real time. Drawing from insights by Joe Navarro, a former FBI agent with expertise in body language, every gesture, posture, and stance conveys a narrative. Navarro's journey of learning English after immigrating from Cuba as a child honed his awareness of the body's rich vocabulary. He sheds light on tells, subtle movements unwittingly divulging our true feelings. Remember, while the mouth may deceive, the body often reveals the truth. Now, turning to you, eager to decipher the nuances of non-verbal communication. Here's the comprehensive 4-part guide you've been seeking. First, familiarize yourself with a person's baseline behavior. Spend time observing their everyday gestures and expressions to discern deviations from the norm in high-pressure situations. Second, hone your ability to identify patterns in these deviations. Pay attention to any atypical or out-of-character behavior. For instance, notice when someone typically calm begins nervously fidgeting. Third, gather evidence, because context matters. Avoid hasty conclusions based on isolated gestures. Instead, consider the circumstances surrounding these recurring actions to construct a more comprehensive understanding of the individual. Lastly, be attentive to mirroring behavior. Unconscious mimicry of your gestures often signifies genuine agreement and a desire to establish rapport. While words constitute part of our communication, facial expressions and body language may harbor deeper truths. When observing others, don't merely listen with your ears, watch, observe, and interpret their physical movements. The genuine narrative lies as much in visual cues as in spoken words. Together, these dimensions unveil greater insights into an individual's personality, a process we'll explore further next. The nuanced nature of personality. Have you ever pondered why some individuals effortlessly command attention while others prefer to quietly observe from the sidelines? These behavioral inclinations aren't fleeting moments but rather ingrained patterns indicative of personality types. Personality is a complex tapestry of unique traits and tendencies that develop over a lifetime, offering insights into where individuals lie on various behavioral spectra. A repeated gesture or consistent preference reveals more than just an isolated behavior, it provides a glimpse into the evolving personality behind it. Navigating the depths of human personality may seem daunting, but personality tests offer valuable insights. Among the plethora of assessments available, 3 stand out for their established efficacy: the Big Five, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, and David Keirsey's 4 temperaments. The Big Five framework, grounded in extensive psychological research, delineates personalities into 5 primary dimensions: openness to new experiences, conscientiousness, extroversion versus introversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Each dimension encompasses a broad spectrum, contributing to the nuanced complexity of human personality. The MBTI system, drawing from Jung's enduring insights, offers another perspective by categorizing personalities using 4 dichotomies: extroversion versus introversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. For example, an ESTJ profile typically describes someone pragmatic and organized, while an INFP profile reflects a reflective and idealistic nature. However, it's essential to recognize that personalities are dynamic and influenced by life experiences. Keirsey's interpretation of the MBTI further refines the understanding of personalities by grouping individuals into 4 temperaments: the guardian, the artisan, the idealist, and the rational. By focusing on temperaments, Keirsey believed individuals could better comprehend their fundamental beliefs and behaviors, facilitating personal growth and change. In summary, these personality frameworks enhance the observation of human behavior. By systematically decoding these foundations, one can approach the complexities of human interactions with curiosity rather than personal bias, thereby honing interpersonal skills through intentional communication. As you cultivate this skill set, you'll be better equipped to delve into the next dimension of people reading: detecting deception. Uncovering the lies between the lines. The innate desire to understand people stems from the reality that we all engage in deception, whether for altruistic or nefarious reasons. If this weren't the case, and individuals presented themselves authentically at face value, the need to decipher each other wouldn't arise. More often than not, the motivation to decode others' motivations, expressions, and personalities extends beyond mere curiosity. Perhaps you're seeking to protect yourself from social complications stemming from deceit, manipulation, or hidden agendas. Let's acknowledge it: to navigate life with security, it's crucial to discern when individuals, ranging from intimate partners and family members to colleagues and strangers, are distorting the truth to our detriment. Thus, we enter the realm of reading between the lines, a potent defense mechanism against obscured intentions, aiding in the differentiation of truth-tellers from deceivers. However, a caveat accompanies this endeavor: it's more an art than a science. Despite arming ourselves with tools and insights, no method guarantees foolproof detection due to the inherent complexity of human beings. Returning to the focal point, how can we identify lies? Many assume that lies manifest through shifty eyes, hesitant speech, or nervous gestures during interactions. However, uncovering deceit often necessitates prolonged dialogue, as context and an individual's motives for lying require careful discernment. Strategic engagement with the suspected liar can reveal inconsistencies. For instance, gentle probing with open-ended questions may unveil flaws in their narrative. Notably, liars tend to provide elaborate accounts initially but stumble when confronted further. This process of gathering information is time-intensive. In addition to gathering accurate information over time, surprise can be a valuable tactic. Fabricated stories are challenging to maintain when caught off guard. Confronting a liar spontaneously, catching them unprepared, may elicit hurried, inconsistent responses. Observing heightened nervousness and drastic alterations in their descriptions can be indicative. However, some individuals are habitual liars, even pathological ones. How can you unsettle a seasoned liar? Increasing their cognitive load is an effective strategy. Truth-telling involves recalling and relaying information, whereas lying demands active fabrication, a cognitive exertion. Overloading a liar's cognitive processes, perhaps by introducing false information or persistently questioning known inconsistencies, can undermine their deception. As noted by behavioral scientist J. Olson, persuasion techniques can be employed ingeniously to elicit the truth. By overwhelming them with tasks, they're more likely to slip up. While we lack a perfect deception radar, employing strategic dialogue, surprise, and cognitive challenges can significantly enhance our observation skills, an aspect we'll delve into further in the subsequent section. The power of great observation. Every passing moment offers valuable insights. While delving into a person's psyche typically requires time, there are occasions when rapid character assessment becomes necessary, sometimes within mere minutes or seconds. This urgency doesn't compromise accuracy, rather, it fosters the ability to observe more effectively in less time. So how can you achieve this and become akin to Sherlock Holmes? Firstly, harness the power of thin slicing, discerning significant patterns from limited information. Picture a job interview where, within minutes, something feels awry about the interviewer. Instead of hastily departing, you opt for a second meeting to glean clearer insights. Subtle cues such as evasive body language and inconsistent narratives can hint at deeper issues. Nonetheless, further research into the company reveals that the role's predecessor departed due to harassment by a manager. Here, your swift intuition coupled with deliberate probing guides a crucial yet time-sensitive decision. This exemplifies thin slicing in action. However, rapid deductions alone, no matter how insightful, often fail to depict the entire picture. Therefore, pay attention to clues within everyday behaviors. A simple method is considering how individuals communicate via text or email. Word choices frequently unveil personality traits or emotional states. Excessive negativity, even veiled, may suggest neurotic tendencies, while a measured vocabulary might convey positivity. Conversely, bombastic language could camouflage incompetence or feign intelligence. Further emulate Holmes's approach with cold reading. Clothing choices, for instance, convey cultural affiliations, socioeconomic status, aspirations, and even religious beliefs. Similarly, one's home and possessions, from decor to clutter, serve as revealing indicators. Expensive collectibles like artworks signify identity claims, whereas self-help books serve as emotional regulators. Accumulated alcohol bottles and neglected dishes leave behavioral imprints, unveiling a person's true nature behind closed doors. Next, explore online presence. A picturesque travel photo signifies wanderlust, while late-night email correspondence hints at a nocturnal inclination with a dysregulated circadian rhythm. Conversely, a meticulously crafted LinkedIn profile may reveal career aspirations and professional contributions, aligning with observed in-person behaviors. Ultimately, mastering the art of observation entails tuning into the silent broadcasts of information surrounding you. As you refine this skill, navigating the complexities of human interactions becomes more manageable, fostering better coexistence with others. Final summary. People are indeed like books, some are more open, while others are more complex. But no matter where they are on the spectrum, everyone's a walking and living story that's waiting to be studied and understood. By mastering the art of people reading, you can unveil truths in the stories around you and use them to inspire your own storytelling and live to tell your best tale yet. Thank you for watching our channel and see you in the next video.